Good YouTube, Quinn Wade coming to y'all again with that instant basketball analysis on Analysis Playground on YouTube, exclusively on there forever. We're gonna talk about the Toronto Raptors got behind by double figures, but ended up winning by double figures, 122 to 109. The Kings go to 12 and 33 and 9 and 16 at home. The Raptors go to 27 and 19 and 14 and 9 on the road. Sacramento won the first quarter 30 to 26, and they won the second quarter 31 to 26. But the Raptors won the third quarter 43 to 21, and then it was 27 to 27 in the fourth quarter. But since the Raptors had the lead at that point, they just had to keep it by the end of the game to win the game, and they did. Every starter for the Raptors got in double figures in points. They all had a rebound or more and the assist or more, and everybody off the bench had a rebound. Brandon Ingram, 35 minutes, 23 points. He makes it look so easy and effortless. 7 to 15 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3, 6 to 6 from the free throw line. He's fast, he's quick, he's long, he has good touch, he has good size, and he just uses it to make the game so easy for himself. And there's nothing you can really do but hope that he miss or rush or force it up. Other than that, if he takes his time, he's a bucket. 3 rebounds, 4 assists. He's getting better at that also, of just reading the floor and just seeing what the defense is trying to do and not just rushing into a shot. No turnovers, one personal foul and a plus 13 and plus minus. Um, Sandro, he was getting to the basket, and if he wasn't doing that, he was shooting threes. He went 3 of 4 from the free throw line, 3 of 8 from 3, and 8 of 14 from the field for 22 points in 32 minutes. He was really good for them, provided the spacing, attacked as much as he could, had 9 rebounds, which was the most on the starting lineup, and tied for the most in the game for the Raptors. Not only that, he had 4 assists with only 1 turnover, 3 offensive rebounds, 2 personal fouls, and was a plus 15 and plus minus. Scotty Barnes, 32 minutes, 23 points. He was tied for the most in the game with Brandon Ingram. He had the mid-range, he had the three-point shot, had the finishes near the rim. 8 of 17 from the field, 1 of 3 from the three-point line, 6 of 6 from the free throw line, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. He's doing so much for this team on both ends of the court because he finished with 4 steals and a block with only 3 turnovers. He did have 4 personal fouls, got a little too touchy, too risky, but he also had 3 offensive rebounds. He just had another game where he just did so much for the team. You just have to be happy that he's your teammate and he's willing to do it at a high level. Emmanuel quickly had the floaters and the pull-ups going, and he was passing if he got near the paint or found somebody driving, cutting, or open on the perimeter. 36 minutes, 18 points, 6 of 12 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3, 5 of 5 from the free throw line, 6 rebounds, 8 assists. The 8 assists was the most on the team. He also had 2 turnovers and 2 steals. 1 offensive rebound, 2 personal fouls, was a plus 15 and plus minus. And then you look at Jamal Shedd, 33 minutes for him. He had 15 points and went 5 of 12 from the field and 3 of 5 from 3 and 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He did get 5 rebounds and 6 assists with only 1 turnover. He liked the fact that he was able to pass and score at a high level in this game. Good decision making, good combo guard skills. 2 steals for him. He also had 1 offensive rebound, 1 personal foul, was a plus 13 and plus minus. Jamison Battle, 8 minutes, 3 points, 1 of 3 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3. 3 rebounds, no turnovers, 1 personal foul, and a minus 6 and plus minus. Jonathan Mobo, 23 minutes, 3 points, 1 of 5 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3. He led the team with 9 rebounds off the bench. It was tied for the most in the game, like I said before. For the Raptors, 1 turnover, 1 block, 5 offensive rebounds out of 9, 4 personal fouls, and a plus 2 and plus minus. AJ Lawson, 3 minutes. He ended up having 1 rebound, 1 turnover, 1 offensive rebound was all the rebounds that he ended up having for tonight. 1 personal foul and a minus 4 and plus minus. And then you look at OG Abaji, played 20 minutes. He had 4 points. He went 2 of 4 from the field, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. 1 steal, 1 block, was able to give you 2-way play. You have to be happy with that. He also gave you offensive rebound out of 2. no personal fouls, plus 21 and plus minus. And Grady Dick ended up having the most points off the bench. He also took the most shots, going 5 of 12 from the field in 19 minutes. He went 1 of 6 from three. He had one rebound, one turnover, and two steals, three personal fouls, and a minus 12. And plus minus, he did a good job of attacking the basket because the jump shot really wasn't falling. So he found other ways to put the ball in the basket. So you got to be happy with that. And he's been doing that a lot lately. And then the Sacramento Kings, they got the lead and everything was going the right way. And then they just couldn't play a good enough defense. They just couldn't stop fouling. And then they just kept giving up good opportunities over and over again to a point where they couldn't even score as well as the Raptors. And then they got behind and they never really got back in it. Precious Achua, 21 minutes, 11 points. He went 5 of 6 from the field. He did get a three to go down. The rest of the shots was near the rim. He also had 8 boards. The 8 boards was good enough for being the most in the starting lineup. Everybody in the starting lineup got a rebound or more, an assist or more. He just had one assist. He also had two offensive rebounds, one personal foul, was a -9. And plus minus, Renard played 22 minutes. He only had 8 points because he went 3 of 7 from the field, missed his only three, but he did go 2 of 2 from the free throw line and grab 7 boards, 2 assists, and a turnover. One offensive board out of the 7 and three personal fouls. Even was a -13 and plus minus. I mean, he's really good. He's still learning. He's still figuring things out. But he has a good mobile, athletic body, and he was using it a lot. But he just missed too many easy ones in this one, and they needed every basket that they could get because Russ was playing real well up into certain points, but he was driving, he was finishing, but they took his passing away in this one, so you have to be happy with that. He's never really been the most efficient scorer. 35 minutes for Russ. He played. He ended up having 23 points and went 9 of 22 from the field. He took the most shots on the team. He settled and took 8 threes. You would be happy with that if you're the Raptors because he's not the greatest 3-point shooter and never really has been. He did go 3 of 3 from the free throw line. He had 3 rebounds, 3 assists. He also had 4 turnovers and 3 steals. Two personal fouls and a -16. And plus minus is what he finished with. But he did a good job of just trying to read and react to what the defense was doing. He just couldn't make shots to hurt him enough. They gave him good looks. They gave him good opportunities. He just missed them. DeMar DeRozan didn't take a lot of shots in this one. He played a lot of minutes, though. 33 to be exact. He had 9 points and went 3 of 8 from the field. He missed the three and his only one. He also went 3 of 5 from the free throw line. He only had one rebound and 2 assists. He also had no turnovers and a steal. His rebound was offensive. He had no personal fouls and was a -23. And plus minus, I look at it and say, I just don't understand what more can he do. He's been having games like this where he's not really scoring much, not really attempting much shots. And then he has games where he does. They have a lot of talent. They have a lot of scorers. He has to find a way to get the shots that he wants and do it consistently because they need DeMar to be scoring a lot more than what he's doing, especially with Keegan Murray and guys like Sabonis being out. Somebody has to stabilize their offense consistently, unless they're just going to get ran over like they did tonight. Zach LaVine played the most minutes with 38. He had 19 points. He took a lot of hard and tough shots in this one. He went 7 of 17 from the field. He did a lot of step backs and a lot of pull up jumpers and some tough drives. And he went 2 of 8 from three. He did go 3 of 4 from the free throw line. But these are shots that he usually takes and he usually makes. It just wasn't going down tonight. He did have one rebound and 5 assists. The 5 assists actually was the most on the team. He had 2 turnovers and one steal and a block. Two personal fouls and was a -14 and plus minus. Dylan Cardwell, 25 minutes, 2 points, 1 of 2 from the field. He had 13 boards. The 13 rebounds ended up being the most on the team tonight. He also had 3 assists, 1 turnover, 1 steal. He had the most blocks with 4 on the team. He's showing you that he's another good pickup, another good find that they was able to get on a cheap contract that can really produce some great numbers and some great effort is what he plays with too. So you should be happy to have him on your roster, and I think they are for sure. Basically, how he been playing lately, especially 7 offensive rebounds out of 13, 4 personal fouls, and a +4 and plus minus. Dennis Schroeder was driving and pulling up. It worked sometimes, and sometimes it didn't. In this one, 20 minutes, 16 points, 5 of 13 from the field, 1 of 6 from three, 5 of 6 from the free throw line, 1 rebound, 3 assists, 1 turnover, 1 personal foul, and a +9 and plus minus. And Malik Monk, 25 minutes, 17 points, 6 of 7 from the field, had a nice, real good dunk in this one. And when he wasn't doing that, he was splashing from three. 3 or 4 from three. Obviously, he drove the ball a couple more times to go 6 or 7 from the field and 2 or 2 from the free throw line. He also had 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 turnovers, 2 personal fouls, and a -10 and plus minus. And Neat Clifford, 21 minutes, 4 points, 2 or 6 from the field, 0 or 4 from three, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. They all had 3 assists off the bench, which is crazy that they all literally did. But other than that, 1 turnover and 1 block, 1 offensive rebound, 1 personal foul, and a +7. He just needs to be more consistent offensively to be a really good piece for them. He's giving them better than nothing, but he just needs to be more consistent scoring the basketball. He gets a lot of good looks and a lot of opportunities. He just needs to cash them in. And then the Kings comparison to the Raptors, 88 field goals for the Kings. They shot 47%, 94 field goals for the Raptors, 46%, 33 three attempts from the Raptors, 39% is what they made them at as a team. The Kings shot 33 also, but they only made 27% of them. The Kings also shot 22 free throws. They made it at 82%. The Raptors shot 25 free throws. They made it at 92%, only missing 2. 47 rebounds as a team for the Raptors, 45 for the Kings, 25 assists for the Kings, 30 for the Raptors, 14 turnovers for the Kings, 10 for the Raptors, 6 steals for the Kings, 11 for the Raptors, 6 blocks for the Kings, 3 for the Raptors, and then 12 offensive rebounds for the Kings, 15 for the Raptors, 33 defensive rebounds for the Kings, 32 for the Raptors, and 16 personal fouls for the Kings, 19 for the Raptors. And the Raptors had some troubles, had some problems. They was able to solve them. They was able to figure it out, and they was able to continue to keep the lead, to close it out. And that's what you have to do against any team. They've been doing it a lot more this season. That's why they have above 500 record. They've been looking like a good team all year. Not great, not amazing, not a championship one, but they took strides in the right direction to be a competitive one, and that they have been all season. And the Kings, they're getting a lot of their guys back. They're trying to find some chemistry. They're trying to get their confidence back. They're trying to figure out what's going on with Sabonis. They're trying to figure out how to win without Sabonis still. And they just had a rough, tough season with injuries and just not being able to figure things out because of that. And I'm not giving them excuses because every team basically been dealing with it. But this team is not as talented, especially defensively, as other teams, which we knew coming into the season. That's why most people picked them not to make the playoffs. But you do wonder, where do the Kings go from here? They have a lot of aging veterans that can still play, but not enough to play winning basketball or championship basketball or even playoff basketball. And right now, they're not even playing play-in basketball. So I do not know what to tell you if you're a Kings fan, because if you wanted to hear what I really had to say, it wouldn't be nice. It wouldn't be good. Keep my mouth shut and just keep watching them play basketball and figure things out as much as they can, because they wanted to play basketball together. They recruited a lot of these players. They wanted a lot of these players, and we get to see what they're going to be able to do and what they're going to try to do as the season continues to go on. And like I said, they're still competitive in a lot of games. They beat a lot of good teams, but we can't just make it seem like they're going in the right direction when they're really not. They're going to be stuck a little bit, but they got to figure out what to keep and what not to keep, what direction they want to go in, especially with these contracts still being locked in for a couple more years, depending on the player. And on top of that, do people even want these players since they are banged up and older and are not really showing that they can play winning basketball at a high level, especially on their contract numbers that they have? That's something they're going to have to solve. That's something they're going to have to figure out before next year, because I don't want to keep them too long, so I want to get something for them. But some of these players, what are they really going to go for? That's a good question that I can't answer, but it's something to look forward to and something to watch out for. Comment, like, subscribe, and share. Hit that notification bell to get that analysis when it first come out. Y'all stay blessed up. Y'all stay good. Peace. And I'll see y'all later today with more analysis, hopefully.